Vegas had the Eagles favored at a minus 1.5. They were favored in this game? Wow. That was pathetic. Man. This should have been a blowout. It really should have been a blowout. If Metcalf could catch the ball, it was probably a blowout. Listen, the one thing I'm mad about this game is that I didn't bet on Seattle. Vegas had the Eagles favored at a minus 1.5. They were favored in this game? Bro! Jordan Howard's out. Alshon Jeffrey's out. Deshaun Jackson's gone for the year. Even with all the... Dude, we don't have an offense. What are they smoking in Vegas? Come on, man. Should have bet $1,000 on Seattle. Easily. I told you guys, man. Look, why are you lying to yourselves every week? It's a lot easier to deal with games like this when you have realistic expectations. There's no way you looked at this Eagles roster and how they've been playing offensively and thought that they had any chance in hell against this Seattle team. Now listen, our defense was impressive. The one thing to take away from this is that our defense is back. We gave Russell Wilson fits all day. He did not have an easy time. Couple long passes and a long run that killed us. But I mean, it didn't really even matter if the Seahawks scored 10 or 17. We weren't going to score either way to even win the game. So, it doesn't really matter. But our defense played good. And that's something good to take away from this game because earlier in the season, we had a little bit of offense and we couldn't stop anybody defensively. Now it did a whole 180. Now we get our defense back and we can't move the ball on offense, period, at all. Carson Wentz was so bad in this game. So bad. He couldn't hit the broadside of a barn with a beach ball. Dude, Carson couldn't hit the lottery if he had the winning numbers in this game. If Carson Wentz was an NBA player, he couldn't hit a Kardashian. Carson Wentz was so bad in this game. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen him throw the ball this bad. Well, I've never seen it. This is the worst game he's ever had. I mean, running backs 2 feet away from him, he couldn't throw the ball to, bro. You can make that pass when you're 10 years old to your brother in the backyard. The guy's literally directly in front of you. And he sails it 6 feet over his head. How does that even happen? He just missed every single throw. Every single throw. Every third down where they had a chance, Wentz missed the throw. Every single time. It was unbelievable. And it's a bad game. But that's just what it is, man. He had a bad game. He didn't have a great game last game either. But I want you guys to know this. I want you guys to keep in mind that this offensive roster is that of, the Miami Dolphins. It's dumpster. It's bottom of the barrel right now. We got nobody. So Wentz is really playing with nothing. The offensive line couldn't keep contained for more than a half a second. He didn't have any time to throw the ball. I'm not making excuses here. I'm just saying quarterbacks are system products. If the system collapses around them, they're usually not very good. And I want you to remember this. Tom Brady's worst game in his career was in 2003. He finished the game with 0 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, one of them a pick 6, and lost to the Bills 31-0. Okay? That's the worst game of his career. So if this is the worst game of Wentz's career, 259 yards, a touchdown, 2 interceptions, a couple of fumbles. It was a bad game. But if this is the worst game of his career, with these weapons on offense, it still says a little bit about him. It just does, whether you want to admit it or not. Greg Ward Jr. Wow. We called a wide receiver up from the practice squad. And right off the bat, he's getting separation and catching balls. Are you kidding me? It took, what is it, week 13? It took 13 games for this front office and coaching staff to make a change? You didn't think to maybe make a change when you went 12 games with no production? When you went maybe 10 games, maybe 8 games with no production, you didn't think to make a change? Mac Hollins has done nothing the entire season. Nelson Aguilar has been worthless the entire season. And you idiots finally make a change. And look what happens. You get a couple catches out of your wide receivers. Wow. It's not rocket science, Doug Peterson. It's really not. Doug Peterson was so pathetic in this game. I can't believe it. I should be able to believe it because I've been off the Doug Peterson bandwagon since week 1. Actually, since last season. But he just keeps getting worse. Dudes, he had some of the most bonehead play calls on third down I've ever seen in my damn life. Again! A little backwards handoff on 3rd and 3 that, Jason Peters missed a block wide open, but the point is, it's terrible calls on 3rd and 3. If you have confidence in your quarterback, you throw the ball on 3rd and 3. Are you kidding me? You're missing Jordan Howard and you're running trick running plays from the shotgun on 3rd and... Get the hell out of here, Doug Peterson. There was another play where it was still a 7-point game. There was 8 minutes left. We had the ball on the Seattle side of the field. And we ran the ball 3 times in a row. The first one was a quarterback keeper. A called run play for Carson Wentz. The second one was an RPO where he kept it and ran. And the third one was a draw up the middle out of shotgun on 3rd and 3. And then on 4th down, we throw the ball. And Carson missed the throw, of course, because he missed every throw. But it just doesn't make any sense, man. It just doesn't. Then we drive down the field. A minute left. Score a touchdown for no reason. And Doug Peterson goes for 2. Now tell me how that makes any sense. The game is over. What the hell are you doing? Why are you going for 2? To make it a 6-point game instead of a 7-point game. And then you miss it, now it's an 8-point game. This just doesn't have it, man. Ever since Frank Reich left, this guy does not know how to call plays, man. Oh, I just don't get it with this. I just don't get it with this coaching staff, dude. I don't get it. I don't know what they've been doing the whole season. So anyway, you guys can stop lying to yourselves now. You can stop giving yourself the false hope. You can stop saying things like, we're beating Seattle this week and then we're going to run the table and then we have a maybe kind of a chance to tie the NFC East and then sneak into the playoff. For what? You still have this offense? Is some magic going to happen? It's literally not possible. It's like me standing on my roof right now saying, maybe if I jump and flap my wings hard enough, I can, just barely hit the ground, but not faceplant so hard that I kill myself. It's not possible. You got to just look at what's really going on. Trying to build a house with 3 bricks. Doesn't make sense to give yourself this false hope every damn week. Now we got people saying, Oh, well, if New England wins tonight, then we still got a chance. A chance at what? Just accept it. Accept it. Stop with the denial. This is the oldest team in the NFL. We bet on an old roster. That's what we did. For some reason, we thought Alshon Jeffrey and Deshaun Jackson could stay healthy, and we thought we had a Super Bowl contender this year. This is horrible. It's a combination of all kinds of things. The system is horrible. The offensive play calling is horrible. The personnel decisions are horrible. Carson Wentz is bad. I'm not going to say horrible. Now, listen. A couple weeks ago, you guys were saying things like, well, Carson Wentz is still rated the highest quarterback in the NFL, or Carson Wentz is still top 5 in QBR, or Carson Wentz is still top 5 in passer rating. And blah, 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 blah. A couple weeks later, now it's Carson Wentz sucks. Now people are like, can we finally admit that Carson Wentz sucks? Bro, come on, man. He had a bad game. He had 2 bad games. I'm fine with saying Carson Wentz sucked today. I'm not fine with Carson Wentz sucks because it just doesn't make sense. Give this guy a good system and some good weapons. You're going to watch a whole different ball game right here. Oh, that's all I wanted to say to you guys, man. I just had to get a little bit of frustration out after that Eagles loss. This season is definitely over. Let's just sit Carson and play for the highest draft pick we can get. Let's do that. Don't lie to yourself. Don't tell yourself the Patriots win right now, that we still have a chance and all this. Just, we don't have any receivers, man. We don't have any. I mean, when Nelson Aguilar and Mac Hollins are your best receivers, and then they're even gone, there's nothing, man. It's just, some things have to happen in the offseason to change this thing around. That's what has to happen. So stop lying to yourself. My name is DJ Eastwood. This is Run It Back. Hit that subscribe button if you like talking Philly sports every day, because that's what I do. We got a nice Sixers game tomorrow. Good test against Toronto. Let's look forward to that, man. The Sixers looked great last night. Let's look forward to some more Sixers, man, because this Eagles team is doing nothing but drag me down. You guys have a good night. Peace.